Mythology.
In the beginning, there was no world, no sky, no earth, no gods as we know them. Only something undefined, something vast, something ancient. To understand how the ancient Greeks imagined the origin of everything, we must explore two fundamental ideas: theogony and cosmogony. Theogony, meaning the birth of the gods, refers both to a type of narrative and to a specific poetic tradition, most famously the work attributed to Hesiod. It tells the story of divine origins, tracing the genealogy of the gods themselves. Cosmogony, on the other hand, means the birth of the world. It seeks to explain how the universe came into being, how structure emerged from disorder. But in Greek thought, these two ideas are rarely separate. The natural world itself, earth, sea, night, was not just matter. It was divine. It had agency, identity, and lineage. So, when the Greeks told the story of the universe, they were also telling the story of the gods. One of the most influential attempts to organize these ideas appears in Theogony, composed by Hesiod around the 8th century BCE. This work offers a sweeping genealogical vision of the cosmos. It begins with chaos, the primordial state, and unfolds into a structured sequence of divine generations. From chaos emerges Gaia, the earth. Then come the Titans, including Cronus. And eventually, the Olympian gods rise to power, led by Zeus. What Hesiod accomplishes here is not merely storytelling, it is systematization. His narrative organizes traditions that likely existed in fragmented forms, bringing coherence to a vast and diverse mythological landscape. Through succession, conflict, and inheritance, the universe becomes understandable. It gains structure, hierarchy, and meaning. However, Hesiod's account was not the only one. Across the Greek world, multiple cosmogonies coexisted, each offering a different answer to the same question: what came first? In some traditions, Night, Nyx, takes center stage. As a daughter of chaos, she is sometimes portrayed as the first being, or as part of the earliest divine pair. In another version, preserved in the Iliad, the origin of all things is attributed not to chaos, but to Oceanus and Tethys, primordial deities associated with water. These variations reveal something essential: Greek mythology was never fixed. It was fluid, interpretive, and deeply pluralistic. There was no single truth, only multiple ways of understanding the beginning. Among the most intricate and symbolic of these traditions are the Orphic cosmogonies. Unlike Hesiod's more anthropomorphic and genealogical approach, Orphism presents a universe shaped by abstract and mystical principles. Here, the origin is not chaos, but time itself, Chronos. From this eternal principle, other fundamental elements emerge, leading to one of the most striking images in ancient cosmology, the cosmic egg. Within the depths of existence, this primordial egg forms, and from it emerges a creator deity, Phanes, also known as protogenos or Eros. This being is extraordinary, often described as bisexual and winged in gold. Phanes embodies the totality of natural forces. He is not just a god among others, he is the origin of creation itself. In this framework, night once again plays a crucial role, guiding and governing the early cosmos. This is not merely mythology, it is symbolism, a universe born not from family conflict, but from unity, transformation, and emergence.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video.
These ideas did not remain static. They spread, evolved, and even inspired reinterpretations, and at times, parody. The playwright Aristophanes, for example, presents a version in which night lays an egg in the darkness, from which Eros emerges as the organizing force of the world. Such reinterpretations demonstrate how myth was a living tradition, capable of humor, critique, and reinvention. Over time, Elements of Hesiod's structure, especially the theme of divine succession and conflict, were absorbed into Orphic narratives. Different models did not compete in isolation. They interacted, overlapped, and reshaped one another. Beginning in the 6th century BCE, a new way of thinking begins to emerge in Greece. Early philosophers, while not entirely abandoning myth, sought explanations grounded in natural principles. Instead of divine genealogies, they turned to fundamental elements: water, air, fire. Their goal was not to tell stories, but to understand processes. These rationalist cosmogonies describe a universe that begins in an indifferentiated state. From this state, elements gradually separate: ether, air, fire, water, and earth, forming the structured cosmos. This marks a profound shift. The question is no longer, which god came first, but what principle explains everything? At the heart of all these interpretations lies a shared idea: the transition from disorder to order. The Greek word cosmos does not simply mean world, it means order, arrangement, structure. Thus, a cosmogony is more than a story of beginnings, it is a narrative of transformation. Chaos, whether understood as void, darkness, or mixture, represents the absence of structure. Cosmos represents its resolution, the emergence of a world that is organized, habitable, and meaningful. As time progressed, these ideas continued to evolve. A notable reinterpretation appears in the work of Ovid, who describes chaos not as emptiness, but as a formless mass composed of opposing qualities: hot and cold, light and heavy. Creation, in this view, occurs when these elements are separated and arranged into balance. Other interpretations go even further, identifying chaos with fundamental substances such as water or fire, or even with the void necessary for existence itself. These concepts did not remain confined to Greek thought. In later traditions, including those influenced by Christianity, chaos was sometimes equated with the abyss described in the book of Genesis. What we see across all these traditions is not a single story, but an ongoing process of reinterpretation. Mythological, philosophical, and later perspectives do not replace one another completely. Instead, they build upon each other. The shift from gods to natural principles is not a rupture, it is an evolution. Older models persist, adapted and reimagined within new frameworks of understanding. In the end, Greek cosmogonies reveal something deeper than the origin of the universe. They reveal the human desire to understand, to move from uncertainty to order, from chaos to cosmos. And perhaps that journey is still ongoing.